Welcome to SC Custom Designs. I want to do a video for a subscriber of ours, and they have this very jet bandsaw. So we're very open to trying to help our subscriber base and to get through some things. And essentially, as I understand the problem, is they took a larger size, I may have this reversed, but a larger size bandsaw blade off, and they're putting on a smaller bandsaw blade, and they can't seem to adjust the wheel to get that one on. I may have that reversed, but I'm going to attempt to address what that issue might be. Now, you'll know that when you buy a bandsaw, you become the maintenance, and I don't know, with me, I'd rather just turn it on and it works. But we know that that's not reality. I've had several issues. Some I have introduced myself, and some were just, well, because something wasn't done exactly the right way. I'm going to start with a fix that wasn't necessarily my fault. And what happened. Okay, so see this piece here? This is one piece of metal, two holes, a hole up there, okay? And basically this piece of metal cracked. It cracked right here, okay? And why I believe that happened was because the factory had put this piece of metal on like this, okay? So it was in this direction. Now try to imagine when you're putting all that pressure with pulling down this, all right, and it's going to pull a lot of pressure on this piece of metal. Because it was this way, it cracked here. So when I got the new one, I'm like, we're going to straighten that up. We're going to put it this way. I put it this way as far as it could go. Now, when I'm pulling on this, these two parts here, which is pulling on this part, it is fine and dandy. Now, I'm going to get to several possibilities, at least three possibilities, why one of the subscribers can't get the wheel up or down. One of them is this tensioning wheel here. What its purpose is to fine-tune the pressure against this mechanism for the tire. Okay, so essentially, in order to get a blade on and off of this wheel, okay, this wheel has to go up or down. Okay, so, oh, sorry about that. So you're going to turn counterclockwise, and what's going to do is, you can see on the inside there is this piece here. This piece here is going up. Okay, so let's come back around the back. In order to fine tune, you're going to take your hex and you're going to unscrew this counterclockwise, and you're going to turn this. Counterclockwise goes up, clockwise goes down, and it simply pushes down on this bar here, giving you that tuning of the pressure that you need on the blade. Okay, so that's that. Check and make sure, Mr. Subscriber, that this isn't all the ways up here. See, it's threaded. So if this piece here is all the ways up here, you could turn this all day long, and it's just not going to help you out. So loosen that hex, turn this down, and see if that isn't your problem. Okay. Now, when I replaced this piece here, what I inadvertently did is I did not align this piece here in between these two posts, between here and here. Okay, so what happened was this was literally lodged against the back bar. So it was lodged here. So when I was trying to go up or down, listen, it just wasn't moving. So once I freed it up, and I just had to loosen this and loosen this. All right. And, I'll say that was probably me that did that. I caused my own problem when I replaced this piece. It wasn't immediately evident until I went to put on either a larger blade or a smaller blade. I think it was a larger blade. Okay, so that's a possibility for you. Now, I'm going to come around front and show you what my last issue was. All right, so you'll notice that there is this plate here. I never touched this plate, okay? Until what I noticed was, you see this piece in here that we pointed out before, right here? This is a part of the whole mechanism. When you turn it clockwise, he goes up. When you turn it counterclockwise, the wheel is going down, okay? So if I can be dramatic, I lift it up on the wheel. Now I'm going to push down on it. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Ever so slightly, right? Okay. So up, down. So what happened? This piece was catching on this plate. I'm like, are you kidding me? It was so subtle that I didn't notice. So what did I do? I was really, really crude. I'm like, I don't need these types of problems. I took myself a screwdriver and I lodged it here, and I very carefully bent this piece out. Okay? Now, my friends, that is not going to happen again. I can guarantee you that. I gave myself enough room. I don't know about you, but when you're in the middle of a project and you're working the bandsaw, you don't need problems. You don't have to want to stop and, geez, what's going on now? Please look up my previous videos, and you can see where I addressed other things. All right, so please let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see on the bandsaw. One video I could do is, listen, I got my blade on. Everything is square and 90 degrees with the blade, but when I'm cutting the stock, it's cutting this way or this way. Well, one of the things you want to do is make sure the kerf of your blade is in the middle of the wheel. Okay, literally in the middle of the wheel. Another thing you want to make sure is, see this here? This is basically mostly pine pitch. I use a lot of pine because pine is cheap, and that builds up over time. You could take a card scraper, spin that, put the card scraper on there, get it off that way, put soap and water on there. I wouldn't use like harsh chemicals because I wouldn't want you to melt or compromise the methane wheel. Okay, the methane wheel. And so this is not the rubber tire. Okay, this is another type. Okay, so there's that going on, and even if you have this all square against the blade. So for example, let's say the blade was on there and you've come up to the blade, everything is perfect there. Why? I've got this set here, everything is good. Why is my stock, why is the blade going one way or another? Is your stock square? I know that may sound silly, but that can be a problem. So for example, when you're coming through, you can see I ripped this guy in half. They call it plain saw. So, and what happens, if this isn't square, and it's like this, I'm being dramatic, and you push it through, naturally the blade is going to go in some other way. What you could do is either straighten out the wood, take it over to your jointer. Okay, we got a jointer hidden back behind over there. And just make sure that you've got that all set. Or you could take and adjust the table just by loosening these knobs here, which aren't on now because I had to take it off this morning. And you could fine tune and adjust the table. according to the stock. That's one way you could address it. I'd say that will be maybe the quicker way to address it. So, all right, thanks for watching. Just to reverse, and let's talk about the 3 reasons why the wheel wasn't going up and down, possibly for that subscriber. This piece here could be hitting this plate here. How do you rectify it? Well, move the plate forward. That's what I did anyways. There's probably other ways of doing it, but that was a quick and dirty way of doing it. Another issue, this post here was hitting the back bar here. I loosened this, put this between the middle. Now this could go freely between these 2 posts here, these 2 sides here. The third reason, it could be that this fine-tune adjustment is all the ways up here. And so you may be, you turn this and turn this and turn this, wheel up or down, it's just not going to be serving its purpose. So I would say unloosen the hex, turn this clockwise, bring it down, and hopefully that, if that's the issue, that helps you. Thanks for watching these custom designs. We're gonna, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Again, this video is evidence that I listen to my subscribers and I want to help you out. I do apologize that I didn't get back to you quick enough though, because for all I know you're in the middle of a project. But I would recommend that you call Jet. Jet is very, very good. You'll get the front end customer service unless you know the number to press in the US, to get to that department. But the engineers are very glad to help you. All right. One of the engineers' name is my name, Steve. How can you go wrong, my friends? All right. Thanks for coming into the shop. I see custom designs. We'll say our usual goodbyes. Shalom aleichem lechaverim shali ba'aretz Israel. Goodbye to my friends in Israel. It's Hebrew. And Mastalami. It's Arabic. Goodbye. And Tutsins, Afrikaans. Goodbye. Zaijian, Mandarin, mainland China. Goodbye. And in English, see you later. Take care. God bless. Stay safe in your woodshop.